Namaskar. In the previous video, we discussed about the significance of Mahashivratri and we covered why this event once in a year is very important. Now, in this video, we are talking about what you should do on the night of Mahashivratri. So, as you might already know, that there are four major categories called Jnana Yoga, Bhakti Yoga, Karma Yoga, and Kriya Yoga. So based on that, whichever path connects with you, choose the practice for the night. So we'll discuss in detail in this video. First, common thing which you have to cover in all the four major categories. Let's discuss those aspects which are the common practices, and then we'll talk about the specific practices for each category. So the common practice which would really help you, which is highly recommended, that you should be on fasting that day. So the main significance is that empty stomach condition is very good for your spiritual growth and to enter deeper aspects of your consciousness. So that will make sure that throughout the night your stomach will be empty. One more practice which we highly recommend is that you maintain silence, which is also called as Maun Vrat. We understand that it is not practically possible for many people, but this would be highly recommended if you can take a break, or you can be in a secluded place, or you can tell your family members that this day is special for you. You want to do this ritual experiment on you. So that way you can make sure no one is trying to contact you. Third condition would be a digital detox. Anyhow, if you will be on silence, you would have to make sure that no one is calling you because you cannot talk. But not limited to that, you should also make sure that you're not getting influenced by any outside news or unnecessary information which can disturb your flow. This day should be dedicated for spiritual content. So yes, you can use a mobile phone for spiritual content. You can read a book, or you can hear kirtans, the chants, whatever connects with you. But definitely you should not get influenced by any outside unnecessary content. So you are the best judge. You know what makes your mind calm and peaceful, and what triggers other types of emotions. Then we'll recommend that this day, if possible, you can wear a Panchmukhi Rudraksh, which is very common. You can search online, and these Rudraksh are very common. So, if possible, you can wear a Panchmukhi Rudraksh. Even if you do not have a mala, you can just get one Rudraksh and use a thread, and then you can wear it. Now, we can talk about the specific practices. If you are a seeker, that means you are a knowledge seeker. You do not believe whatever you have read or whatever your people around you have shared with you, or any great beings have said so far. You do not believe anything unless you experience it yourself. So this category of people can be termed as the knowledge seekers. So they are not ready to settle on beliefs. They really want to experience it first, then only they'll accept it. So if you come under this category, we would recommend that you do the practice of self-enquiry. There are many guided meditations available for self-enquiry. We have specific guided meditations like how to realize my true self. This is an audio guide specifically designed for this self-enquiry, which makes you understand layer by layer what is mind and which part is you, which part is not you. And there are many other guided meditations available on our own YouTube channel, or you can look for other sources also. It doesn't matter. where you are getting the meditation from. Main thing is that if this path connects with you, that self inquiry would help you. And path of awareness, being aware of what's happening in the moment, this path also will connect with you. So any guided meditation uh, which revolves around self inquiry or being aware of the moment, that would help you. Now, coming to the Bhakti Yoga. For Bhakti Yoga, you can listen to the chants, the kirtan, or devotional songs, whichever triggers your emotion, because the people who are driven by bhakti, their emotions are stronger than other categories. So it is important that you do not let any other kind of emotion influence you, and you are completely absorbed by the content which is helpful in your emotion towards your favorite deity, you can say, or it can be just gratitude towards the universe. And this day is about pressing your gratitude to the universe, what you have got so far, and for giving you guidance whenever you needed it. Even through difficult situations, you got the lessons which you needed. You were constantly being guided either through different people, different books, or different situations, and even through difficult situations which were there to test you and also to make you strong, as well as to give you lessons that which path you should not go. So this is the day for these practices. So acceptance and surrender is the key for this path, and we have also made a video on acceptance and surrender recently, so you can go through that also. What do we mean by surrender, and what is acceptance, what is going with the flow without any friction, any resistance. So there are lots of videos available on our YouTube channel, and so this path may connect with you. Now, for karma yoga, selfless service is the key. So on this day, you can go out and look for opportunities where you can help people, and you can do seva. You can volunteer for any service. It can be any old age home, or child care, or orphanage, or different types of NGOs. You can utilize this opportunity during the daytime. At night, you should, like for the other categories, you have to stay awake throughout the night. And like we discussed in the previous video also, where we described Mahashivratri in great detail. So you have to stay awake throughout the night, at least till sunrise, 6 a.m. So what you have to do is, at the night time, you have to constantly keep a feeling that this body and this mind is a tool which universe is using to serve others. And there is no you, individual you, a separate you who is doing anything. Universe is using this body to serve others. So because what happens is, when we get involved in selfless service, sometimes mind plays a trick and creates an identity around it, that um, I am doing good, and it tries to boast it off. um, so very we have to be very careful about this aspect also, that there should not be any subtle ego developing around the service I'm doing. So whatever you're doing, that is only meaningful if you're doing selflessly, wherein you are not taking even the credit for it. You are doing it with the sense that universe is utilizing this body. Whatever resources were given to you are not just for you or your family. You are giving it for others also around you. And when I'm saying the word you resources, it does not only mean money. It can be the resource of time and the effort you are applying to serve others. It can be anything. So service does not mean it's only through money. It can be through work. It can be through guidance. You may be, helping other people through guidance. You may be, sharing these, let's say, um, methods which can transform their life. So service can be of any type. So what is important is your intention. That your intention is pure. You are really doing it for the well-being of others, and there is no self-interest in it, not even the subtlest self-interest in it. And you are not claiming any doership there. That's what is the message of Bhagavad Gita also. That nishkam karma, that means uh, selfless service without claiming any doership in it. Just assuming that universe is doing it through you. So the fourth type is Kriya Yoga, which is all about intensifying your energies, life energy in your system. For that, there are many practices available already: pranayama, breathwork, and if you have been initiated from Aham Shoonyam Foundation, you know the extended version of the practice, which involves very um, advanced methods to channelize the energies. Otherwise, you can do very subtle forms. If you're not initiated by any organization, what you can do is you can simply do the alternate breathing, Anulom Vilom Pranayama, and Nadyog, which is Om chanting with separating the three frequencies of A, U, Ma, and then you can do breath witnessing without judging the breath, without making any commentary on it, just observing the way it's happening without imagining it, just focusing on the real sensation you feel on your nostrils. Um, so these are the practices. There are many other methods available, whatever connects with you. Uh, so this would be the night, especially for Kriya yogis. The time between 11:30 to 12:30 is very important. 11:30 p.m. to 12:30 a.m. midnight. That time is very important. So that time you should do the pranayama and the nadyo and breath witnessing. And if you have already got the other advanced methods, you can use that also. But if you have not been initiated, please do not feel that you have missed something. There is no such thing. You just have to follow what you already have access to. For example, there is a simple process for Rudra Kriya, Maharudra Kriya. You can search on YouTube, you'll get the entire instructions, um, you know, step by step process, and you can just follow that. And also, we'll soon share a particular process wherein it would be the Beach Mantra, the chant. So, rest of the time, you can listen to that. And that is applicable for all four major categories. That there are few Beach Mantras which comes under the Nad Yoga. Nad means frequency. So, the Nad Yoga means that path which takes you to the ultimate union through the science of frequencies. So here there are two ways. One is you can just listen to it, and the other thing is you can also utter it. So that video will also be published soon, so you can follow that. You can either hear it or you can hear it in loop, or you can also follow the sound. You can also say the chant with it. So all these practices would help you. So if you follow the instructions properly, I'm sure you will see some benefit. And once you have the real experience that yes, this night is different from other nights, and yes, these methods are really making your mind calm and peaceful, and it may trigger um, deeper experiences also. It may or may not happen, but that's not important. What is important is that you at least try this. May this Mahashivratri bring bliss in your life. Namaskar.